Well, alrighty, folks. We are back in it with another session of our Out of the Abyss campaign. I'm your dungeon master, dungeon mister, joined by our wonderful players today. If you guys want to say hey, you can.
Yo.
Oi, oi.
Good evening, everyone.
And well, we're going to start this session off the same way we start every session before we get into what's going to happen today. Let's talk about what happened yesterday, or rather last week. After our group was spending time in the bazaar, you went and checked into Goldborn's lair. The local inn and eatery, noticing some odd happenings within, though, particularly music, you got a meal and went on your way, hoping to speak to the stone giants, traveling across this hot city, being permitted to leave the Dark Lake district. You had a chance encounter with the furnace lighter himself, Thembershoud, a large, ancient, overweight dragon. Not speaking to him directly, though, his keepers requested that you come seek an audience with the flame of Gracklestug before the day is done. Left you to your own devices for now. Not really a, not really an ask, more of a go do this or come do this when you get time. But eventually arriving at the stone giant's ancestral home in Cairngorm Caverns, had a conversation with their stone speaker. Giant told you things that you kind of already mostly known, but on a deeper and a more mysterious kind of level, the way they explained it. There was disturbance in the stones of the Underdark as if something were happening all over. Gifting you with a stone speaker crystal, still unsure what it does, you took the warning and the gift. Decided to see about this dragon. Having an audience with the great Wormsmith was both odd and terrifying. Thembershoud seemed to try to have a sense of humor about things, but also had a request that you keep an eye on his own keepers, suspecting they were up to something. Already nearly confirming it, you accepted as if you had a choice, and were given badges by the Dwergar Gartokar, the head of the Keepers of the Flame here. He said he wanted you to investigate a group called the Grey Ghosts, thinking they might be in touch with a Darrow known as Droki in the West Cleft district. He also let it slip that they had a red dragon egg stolen off the docks recently and wants it back to hopefully replace the mighty red dragon Thembershoud. With this knowledge and tasks, you all start to head back to the bazaar and to Goldborn's lair across town to the north side of it, or rather, actually, south side. Everything's flipped on the map. But that's where we're going to pick up. Are you guys heading directly to the bazaar and Goldborn's lair?
I don't see why not.
All right. We'll say who feels lucky.
I don't feel like it at all.
Great. Casmus, roll me a d20.
For anything that happens, I'm sorry.
Big 9. Like that. Okay. As you're heading across this city, flames all ablaze with the furnaces and just this warm heat, the smell of ash and burning metal, melting metal, kind of filling your lungs and nostrils, almost sticking to your nostrils. You kind of, it doesn't feel great on your lungs breathing all this in. But as you start to head across the bridge, noting the light of the furnaces kind of behind you, and the light of the furnaces ahead of you, across the bridge of the great kind of chasm, nearly across this darkened bridge, you would notice a single dark-robed figure step out from behind a statue, almost as if they were waiting for you. Slender and, well, I would say tall, but not compared to some of you guys. Standing at about 5.5 feet tall. A voice whisper calls out to you. I've been looking all over for you. Wondering when you were gonna come back. Beneath the hood of their cloak, you see dark, almost obsidian-colored skin, reflecting in the pale light around. Chiseled jaw of a female drow. White hair hanging down kind of the side of her face. Yeah. We can do this one of, well, 3 ways. Entirely your call. And as she's speaking, not but maybe 20 feet from your group, I would say Fungi, Rincewind, and Dusk would notice at the other side where you're headed, there was a small ballista that was aimed into the chasm. You've heard about the Darrow uprisings before. Presumably it was aimed towards them, just in case. But you've noticed the turret has turned towards the bridge. You would also note that there is a drow behind this ballista. Barely hear the grinding of the gears as it turns towards the bridge. Tense moment. You guys respond?
Are we supposed to guess the 3 ways? Because I can think of several hundred ways this can go if you really want to get crazy with it.
Are you feeling like you want to get crazy with it?
Well, I don't
thought,
know. You said 3 ways. I'm still waiting. Like,
do you want me to
it's rude to
explain?
just leave us hanging.
Hanging. There's a way. Leave you hanging over this bridge. Leave you dead in a pile of your own blood. That would be the same way. Death. Could leave you unconscious. Drag you out of here. Or, we don't have to get nasty with this business. You're the property of House Mizrim after all. Ilvara wants her property back.
I'm sorry. Do you have a contract or something? Because I'm nobody's property, lady. I don't care what weird fetish you have about owning people, but I didn't sign my rights over to you, and thereby you don't own shit.
This is only like the second time I ever met you.
Where have you met me?
Didn't we meet it back at that other place? Didn't a bunch of stuff fall on you guys?
Do you think that we all look alike, little mushroom man? I suppose to
No.
your dim wits, you wouldn't quite understand the intricacies of humanoid physiology.
Or property rights, apparently.
That too. You may have gotten rid of your shackles and your bindings. Property all the same.
Get bent, lady. Put up or shut up.
Of course, our employer might have some issue with your claim of ownership.
I care not about your employer. Could be
You
the Underking himself. It would not matter. This city is nothing compared to the greatness of Menzoberranzan. And that's all that matters. You're lucky I found you when I did, instead of dead in a ditch. You'll inevitably be down here if you don't come with me. She starts to kind of draw a blade. And you can see kind of a small buckler at her side, already attached to her other arm. Put up or shut up, was it?
Yep.
Ignite Dawn.
As you ignite Dawn, we're going to go ahead and roll initiative. And I'm going to bring you guys to a map real quick. Oop-a-doo. You can place yourselves in various locations if you'd like. I'd say between Weller and Turvey. It seemed like Rinson was doing a lot of the talking, so I would imagine he'd be kind of closer up front.
Yeah, I guess put him back.
Yeah, Fungi feels good right where he is.
All right. Everybody on here?
believe
Dusk,
so.
Rincewind, Weller, Fungi, Casmus. Interesting. All right. With that, Dusk, you are up first. What are you doing?
How high up is the platform for the ballista?
I'd say about 10 feet up.
Oh.
15? Yeah, we'll go with 15. High enough that, low enough up that you can still see what's going on up there, but high enough that it is, you know, and there's like a little bit of a wall over it, so they would have cover and stuff.
So move there would be 30 feet.
Well, that would be kind of jumping across this little area here. There's you know, the side of a bridge, there's a good wall up it. Like a few feet at least.
All right.
So you probably have to go like
Up and then over.
yeah.
Well, we'll go ahead and I'm going to use my feline agility,
All right.
and my goal is to end up right there.
I'll say, well, you do have a climb speed. Yeah, go for it. As you jolt up, out of curiosity, Well, no. Go ahead. Go for it.
Okay. Do you wish me to expend my bonus action for this turn to ignite Dawn?
I would say so. Yeah, that was kind of the starting thing. And it you pretty much use up, yeah. I would say so.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Well, hit the drow lady.
All right. Seeing kind of leather armor and 10 is going to be a miss. Darkened drow armor just kind of like dodges around as you hit onto the ballista itself.
As a bonus action, I will perform an unarmed strike.
Where your bonus action was igniting dog.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's it.
All right. That will take us to the drow who is right next to you. Kind of dodging around. She's going to pull a blade out. Small, short sword, and stabs out a couple times towards you. Getting an 18 with her first attack.
I think that hits.
As you take a whopping 4 points of piercing damage. And a big 6 with her second attack.
Alright.
And she kind of like using the ballista to kind of like try and get cover, just kind of stabbing out underneath it and over it. You know, like when you're fighting with someone around a table kind of thing. That'll take us to one of the surprise guests. As actually a little further south. There is a surprise. Hidden individual. Who will use their action as a... I want to double check one thing. Gonna roll high or low. All right. As you would see a little bit of shimmer of a web kind of arc from around a statue down here. And it just gets kind of this web lighting up with this faint bit of light gets tossed over here. I will need Weller, Fungi, Rincewind, and Chasmus all to make dexterity saves. Fungi and Rincewind, this web kind of sticks to you as you both light up and are fairy fired. I didn't realize my mic was muted on the stream. So hopefully it wasn't muted for too long. But that will expend their action as a bonus action. You would see them take some cover behind that statue down there. Which will then take us to a Rincewind, who is lit up by this kind of fairy netting.
What statue down where?
To the south of you.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry.
So
Unless-
are okay. I'm going to cast Bless on Fungi, Chasmus, and Weller.
All right, as Fungi, Chasmus, and Weller's multicolored light kind of sticks to you for a brief second.
And then I'm going to end my turn.
That'll take us to Weller.
I am going to. Don't think I have. I think I've already used it. If not, had a long rest yet.
Negative.
Oh well, in that case, I am going to go ahead and move up to here
All right.
and take a swing with my glaive.
All right, pull up and swinging.
Got blue turned on. Let's go for it.
Yeah, 26 will definitely hit. As they try to kind of deflect with their shield. Yeah, you get in good with their arm.
Let's make this a tripping attack.
All right. You're trying to shove them over. Let's see if they can. Is that a strength save?
Yep.
All right.
Let's go ahead and
Got a big 4 as that drow is knocked down. They take 16 points of damage as you kind of cut heavy into their arm and slice across their chest, knocking her on her ass.
All right.
Those magenta dice are doing wonders for you.
They're doing pretty good. I'm
Yeah.
gonna action surge and take another attack on.
All right. Add
This
advantage.
time at advantage?
Yes, because prone. .22 will hit. Trying to roll out of the way, you just slice across her body for 8 more points of slashing damage.
I'd like to action surge again, but that'll be it.
Fair enough. Next time. That will take us to hidden combatant number 2, as a drow that was unseen previously from behind a statue up here rushes over to this drow and actually is going to. You see this kind of low purple light gleam out as she is going to cast Cure Wounds, healing the person that you just harmed for a little bit of damage. Because I accidentally clicked the wrong button. Kind of hissing towards you, looking up at you, Weller. Will take us to the female who we were speaking to previously. Does the kind of kick up and kind of lunges around you, Weller. This could have gone the other way, traitor. As she is going to lunge out at Weller with her sword, getting a 23 to hit. Which I believe hits.
Yeah.
Because of course it doesn't want to. So just roll this like this. Weller, you take 8 points of piercing damage. and 10 points of poison damage.
All right. Not great to me.
She takes another attack. Getting a nat 20 to hit. Weller, you take 38 points of damage.
Jesus.
Not quite enough to kill you outright, but enough
Thank
to,
God for
to-
that.
to hurt really, really bad. It was close. It was close. The very agile female warrior rushes up, seeing him unconscious, rushes up to both Fungi and Rincewind. This could go just like that, or we can do it better. Taking us to Fungi.
Okay. That's gonna put me in a tough spot. Alright, we'll start with a bonus action. And I will cast out to Weller. Get up! And
Toss him a healing word.
yep. I don't bless doesn't improve that at all, does it? I don't think so, right?
No. Bless is just your attack and saving throws.
Yeah.
There's your bonus.
Yep, that was my bonus. Advantage on me. He hits hard.
Real hard.
Yep. And choose that. Yeah. I'm just gonna have to disengage and try and get around him.
All
and
right.
try and kind of run away.
All right.
Yeah, let's see. I guess really. Is that a spot I can even get to right there where I was dropping?
Where was that?
I think it was right about here.
Yeah, right next to the statue.
Okay. And I think that's all I'm going to be able to do.
All right, as Weller, breath of life gets pumped into you as you inhale some spores, and you're now at 6 hit points, but on the ground. That'll take us to Turvy. Turvy's gonna roll behind this guy to kind of flank with Rincewind. Gives a look to him as he's also gives a glance towards Weller, and he is going to stab out a couple of times with his short sword. Missing with his first attack as the drow kind of watching him, and then he just kind of switches hands with his blade and just kind of stabs into this drow's, we'll say like shin. As he deals 8 points of damage. Oh, we got him on the ropes now. Well, get up. Which will take us to surprise guest number 3.
Of course.
As a crossbow bolt gets shot out towards Casmus. To your south. Getting a 17 to hit.
It hits.
As Casmus, you take 13 points of piercing damage. as a drow kind of pops into view over here and then lunges back behind a statue. And disappears from sight.
Oh man, they fell off the bridge. How unfortunate for them.
How unfortunate. If they were stronger, they'd try to. Well, Casmus, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I do. Let's see. No, Shatter's too dangerous.
You'd only get one target, anyways.
Yeah. They're too spread out.
Almost like they're expert strategists.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna get closer, and I'm gonna hit with a shocking grasp.
All right. Let me double check his armor. He's not wearing armor made of metal. A 13 misses as she just kind of ducks and does a little cool little twist. Anything else for Casmus?
Let's see how far. No, too risky. Where can I go? Yeah, so bonus action, Misty Step to
All right.
there.
As you pop in and out, puff of mist, and reappear along the bank there.
And that'll be it.
That'll take us to the top of the round. Dusk. Face to face with this drow kind of around the little ballista there, which is armed and ready to fire.
Tempting.
I'm just letting you know for flavor. Not saying
Yeah.
not saying shoot it, but
I know, but no, I thought about that before. I'm very tempted. Come around the side of the ballista and swipe at her with Dawn.
all right.
You have to at least wait for Weller to stand up before you fire the ballista. And
A-
just knock me back down.
13 just hits.
Wait for Weller to stand up and then shoot him with the ballista.
Yeah, exactly.
Just for the comedy, you know?
As she takes 9 points of radiant damage as you stab into her with this, for lack of a better term. Boy, I have a hard time with that saying all the time. Just kind of instantly kind of incinerates, and you just feel this flesh kind of melting in her stomach. Let's have a scream of pain. Muffled though.
Bonus action, swing around and kick her.
All right. 21 will absolutely hit. For 7 points of damage as you kick her kind of off of this little kind of side there as her body lands with a dull thud. Looks like her neck broke in the fall.
Okay. Take partial cover behind the ballista
Fair enough.
and start looking curiously at its controls. All right.
It looks like it's a point and click mechanism.
Ooh. That's it.
That will take us to the Can't grant the one buff to the party. What does that mean?
No. They have a point. We'll allow it.
No. Element. Who do you want? You just says party. Do you want them to decide? Because I would. Someone is trying to give the one buff, but they just said party. Yeah, because there's a limited use. You're only allowed to do it, I think, 4 times per session.
What would Andrew WK say about that?
Better get ready to die.
Party, 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 party.
So Element, choose one for now. It is limited to 1 per person as well. While he's debating. Next up, so it is going to go to Rincewind. Is Rincewind, you do have the 1 buff. So fair enough.
Isn't it secret guest number 3's turn? 2?
4.
Well, no, there's only one more secret guest. Don't worry. But Rincewind, you will get the 1 buff for the next minute.
Awesome.
So
Well, here's hoping I survive.
wait. And then after that, Weller, you get Watcher's Inspiration. So Weller, anytime during the session, once per the session, you get a plus D6 to any dice roll. This could be a D20. This could be any dice roll. As Element really loves you guys, so noted.
Much appreciated.
Thank you, Element. Element
Thank you,
36
thank you.
KR.
You.
Thank you, Element. Good job not letting this DM hold you down.
Yeah.
DM said only 1 buff, and you said nay.
Yeah, fair enough. Said no, we're giving 2. The individual who is kind of hiding, taking cover behind here, is going to shoot out at Rincewind as you are marked with this kind of glowing webbing.
Okay.
So they are attacking at advantage with their crossbow. Getting an 18 to hit.
I am going to use my Gitzerai shield.
All right. Do you have it today?
Shield. I do.
All
I haven't
right.
used it yet. All your damage roll or attack rolls were like 25s last time, so
that
I
checks
couldn't
out.
use it.
Was this kind of barrier just kind of deflects the crossbow bolt that would have kind of hit your, I don't know, your gut, gut shot. You never want to get a gut shot. They are going to, once again, jump behind the statue over here and try to hide. You kind of see them crawling along the backside of the statue, though. They're not very well hidden. We'll take us to a dead scout, and then Rincewind.
Okay. I am going to pull my short sword and swing right at the person that gutted Weller right in front of me.
Absolutely. The woman who you were initially talking to.
I do not have a short sword all of a sudden on my attack roll. Something is missing.
Interesting. We'll roll a d20.
Okay.
And we add 6 to it. Do it the old-fashioned way.
Oh.
Old-fashioned way is
Really?
not good, apparently. As you... So you add 7 to it, actually, because of the 1 buff. But a 10 is still going to be a miss. Actually, 12
And-
because you're flanking.
Right. Then I guess I'll end my turn.
All right. I'll take us to Weller. Feeling the spores kind of into your body. on the ground. What are you doing?
I'll go ahead and stand up. And get my character sheet back here. Potion of healing, is that going to be an action?
It is a bonus action
Okay.
for you to drink one. You want to give it to someone else, it's an action. But for yourself, absolutely bonus action. Why not?
Okay. I will do that because I'm afraid of doing much else at this moment. So I do have a potion of healing that I will consume.
All right. 2d4 plus 2.
Do-do-do-do-do.
As you get 5 points of
Womp.
healing. That's about average. I mean, one more would have been average, but yeah.
Story of Weller's life.
Yeah, it's close to average.
One more would have been average. All right, so
His mustache isn't average.
If you wanted
is
to,
true.
I will say you do have the Watcher's Inspiration. You could add it to that if you wanted to. Just throwing it. So any dice roll, you can add Watcher's Inspiration to.
yeah, no, I'll save that for
Fair enough.
damage, or if I get screwed up again, maybe save it for that. All right, so that is bonus. Let me go ahead and I'm going to take a step forward there and take a swing back at my old friend.
All right. She's pretty hardy.
Yeah, seems that way. Let me take off potion of healing. There we go. All right, taking a swing. Oh, that was still an advantage. That's right, because I had her.
A 10 is going to be a miss, unfortunately. As you just kind of slash out with your glaive, and she just kind of hops over it, going full, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet in the air. Very acrobatic. She's just showing off.
Yeah, of course she is. Of course she is. I will.
Will you? Will you really? Promise?
I will. I'll go ahead and God dang it, just I guess stay right there for the time being.
All right. That'll take us to surprise guest number 4. Tell you what, you guys choose one of the drow that you can see.
Oh,
I don't know.
the pink one, the main one, and the creepy one, the creepy crawly one.
Yeah, the one that's on the side down here,
Yeah.
the one that's in between Rincewind and Turvy, or the woman who...
I say the freaking.
Who
I don't know what's
heals.
gonna happen. Let's go with the healer.
Yeah.
Let's hope it's in our favor and go for the healer.
All right.
She somehow goes Super Saiyan. Didn't even know that was part
That's
of
the one.
D&D.
She takes a legendary action right now.
Damn.
No, surprise guest number 4. As a stone guard appears, stabbing a knife. Hopefully. Barely. Into this woman. Not dealing a lot of damage. But still hitting. As stabbing into the back. Like the backside of this drow in whiter, kind of paler white-gray robes. Not even really like notifying that you guys are there. Just kind of in the moment, you see this kind of gladius stick through the backside of this drow. Which will take us to the person who just got stabbed. She is going to... You see her glow with spider webs just kind of start draping around her and giving off this faint, eerie glow as she casts a spell. You're unsure what, though. Takes us to this guy. This guy is going to look at Turvy, look to Rincewind. Rincewind, you're glowing. She is going to stab out at you.
Why not?
Because advantage.
Right.
Getting a 23 to hit.
That hits.
Kind of cracking through your barrier. Actually, you don't have it anymore.
That's gone, yeah.
You take 7 points of piercing damage and 12 points of poison damage as this blade stabs into your thigh. And she kind of maneuvers closer to Weller to kind of be at this little triangle area, so having you all at different, equidistant apart, eyeing each of you. Second attack she's going to roll is going to attack Weller. I thought you were down. Stabbing you, getting a 25 to hit. Which does hit. As Weller, unfortunately, you take 16 points of damage, 8 piercing, and 8 poison. Just as soon as you got up, you back down. The drow turns to both Turvy and Rincewind. Alright. Wait. Taking us back to Fungi.
Fungi's gonna slip behind the statue. And actually, that's. I'll start by one more time getting Willer back up.
All right.
Stay up. Man, I'm sorry, man. I just keep rolling it bad.
I will say in this exact moment, it seems your healing is empowered as well. Are you also a strange sensation at Fungi? You don't understand it, but your spores are empowered. As Weller, you get 4 more hit points. So Weller, you get 10 healing. As Element really loves you guys and did the healing wave on Weller. So thanks, Element, for helping a guy while he's down.
Yeah, I went to go throw something away and I came back and I was down, so I really appreciate it.
But Fungi, your healing is empowered by some mysterious force in this Underdark. You're unsure, stranger.
And main action, I'm going to reach out towards the healing lady, extend a spory hand,
Oh.
give her a chill touch.
21 will absolutely... roll me a wisdom save first. I believe it's wisdom.
Saves. There we go.
I know what she did. Oh.
That'll do it. That'll hit her. As it kind of... You see this barrier form around her as you hit her. Goes through it. She takes 7 points of necrotic damage as this spore hand just kind of grabs a hold of her chest and starts spreading as she inhales and collapses to the ground.
And just for good measure, I'm going to drop prone here, in case anybody decides to throw things at me.
Just lay down.
Yeah, lay down. I'm guessing these other like glowy mushrooms.
They are glowy mushrooms.
I'm gonna, yeah. Well, I know I can't use my hide thing, but I'm more or less just going prone to
I gotcha.
cover
Any
with
range
other
attacks with
glowy
disadvantage.
mushrooms.
I gotcha. So it would be just a straight
So-
roll because you are still glowing.
And that's it for my turn.
That will take us to the hidden individual who seemed to have been doing the same thing, crawling along the railing of this bridge. Seeing you are shooting, or you are healing. You don't see it before it's too late, but he is going to make a shot against you. Not at advantage, just a straight roll towards Fungi. Getting a 10 to hit.
That does not hit.
As a crossbow bolt kind of lands right around you as you drop prone. Good thing you did. They are then going to kind of use their movement to kind of edge up a little bit here. Short sword in one hand, hand crossbow in the other. Which will take us to Turvy. He is going to take a couple stabby stabs, seeing someone kind of approach from behind. Shit, we're surrounded. Stabs out towards this drow in front of him. 2 times. Hitting with his first attack, and then kind of fumbling and drops his blade on the second attack. Dealing a little bit of damage. Which will take us to Casmus.
He's gonna do Eldritch Blast on the one that just approached behind Turvy.
Alright. 12 just misses.
That's what I thought. He's gonna move behind a statue right there to get some cover, and that'll be it.
Alright, that will take us to Dusk. Analyzing this contraption. What are you doing?
Use it.
You might be muted.
Oh,
You're
no,
pointing at that, so I'm assuming you're
firing at that one.
Alright. This is just a d20 plus your dexterity modifier. Actually, double check the rules on Ballista. Don't want to be wrong. Yeah, d20 plus your dexterity modifier.
All right. Ooh. I don't know how this thing works.
A nat 1.
Kid.
The
Definitely
contraption jams up, and the bolt kind of just breaks and leans forward into it as it's now a jammed ballista. Good news is it didn't get used against you.
Yeah, Dusk definitely didn't know I used the ballista.
No. That was all part of his plan. He just
He's
didn't want
a
it used
monk.
against
He
us.
doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't do these things. 5.
And it's down
I'll just-
15.
Yeah, I'll just fall down.
Oh, you have slow fall yet?
15. Yeah.
Gotcha.
20, 20.
So that is a statue that you have to move around.
Okay. 15. Hold on. 20. I mean, I got a freaking 50 movement.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
I will.
Will you?
Oh. Hold on. I threw myself off because I didn't take off that key point for Flurry of Blows. Move right up here. Leap up into the air. Do a flip. Come landing down on Weller, but missing. Reach down. and tickle his ear.
Fair enough.
And I will use Hand of Healing.
Got a little raid going on from Voices from the Void.
Oh, cool.
Hey, welcome in,
Hey.
everybody.
As you land and tickle your now conscious drow fellow Weller, you get 7 points of healing. Anything
It's
else
just
for
become
our...
the Heal the Weller show.
This is the Heal the Weller show, exactly. Hey, frontliner down. Heal him up. Anything else for Dusk?
That is it.
All right, that will take us to this guy, this drow down here, still kind of the one concentrating on the fairy fire there. He's going to also kind of lurch along and fire a crossbow at Rincewind, at your Gazeri friend there. Just kind of sticking to the shadows along the railing. Takes a shot and getting a 19 to hit.
That hits.
As you're going to take 8 points of piercing damage. Plus 7, so 15 points of piercing damage as you are shot right in your hip. Hits the bone. That will take
Alright.
us to your turn, Rincewind. Seems like you have
as a
this drow
bonus-
surrounded.
I'm going to step here, and then I'm going to use bonus action to concentrate force into my short sword.
All right. Before I
And
forget, go ahead and give me a Constitution save for concentrating on Bless.
Right.
I've already forgotten a couple of times.
Oops, that was on. Sorry.
You are good.
Okay. And then I'm going to swing with the short sword. And again, I tried to even add it, and it won't add to my inventory for some reason. So here's a D20 plus.
Don't forget you have the 1 buff, so you get plus
Is
1.
11.
Also, it'll be 11 plus your dexterity plus your proficiency. So plus 6, 17, plus 2 for flanking with Weller,
Right.
which will be a 19. Which looks like it's about to hit, but suddenly a flash of light as they deflect it, they parry it.
And then I'm going to end my turn.
All right. That'll take us to Weller. On the ground.
Hey guys, it's Weller again.
Yep.
Seem to find ourselves in this situation. I'm gonna stand up. Kind of pulling the whole Chumbawamba thing, you know? Get
Yeah.
knocked down, get right back up again.
That's the way it goes, you know? Sometimes you get knocked down, other times you get knocked down.
But you get up again.
Sometimes.
All right.
Until you don't.
I think I'm using all of Dusk's 9 lives here. All right, let me go ahead and there you go. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna keep that in my back pocket. Let me go ahead and take an attack with the glaive.
All right, standing up with your polearm ready. You are flanking, so you get plus 2 to hit.
Fantastic, fantastic. Let's go ahead. Make sure I got advantage turned back off. All right.
A 26 will...
28.
Well, yeah, 28 because of flanking. 28 will absolutely hit. As they're kind of in the middle of parrying Rincewind's attack, leaving you wide open for a strike from good old Weller Bainip.
Old Willabane. Da 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 da. I'm gonna try to do another trip attack.
Do another trip
See
attack.
if-
Why not?
Because what went wrong last time? The healer came down and helped.
Healer came down and
then
helped.
Well, but she goes after. She's just going to stand right back up because none of our teammates get to attack, so it's not really
She gone.
advantageous.
It's extra damage if nothing else, but
Yeah.
it's entirely your call.
Yeah. I will. Yeah, why not? I'll get a little bit extra damage.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do it.
And then at the very least, it causes them. If you wanted to get out of there, their attacks are at disadvantage if you try to move away.
Let's go ahead and do that.
Ooh, for 20 points of damage, and they did get a 19. Kind of, you're trying to overpower them and knock them over. They just hold firm, but they do take 20. She takes 20 points of piercing damage or slashing. That is. She's looking
did?
rough. She's looking rough. She's still up.
All right. Can I
Blood
use that
dripping
extra,
down.
that extra roll for some more damage since I can use it on any die roll?
You can.
And what was that? Was that
It is a
D6?
D6 from the Watcher's Inspiration. As you feel some presence watching you that empowers this.
Come on, element. I'm gonna try to do right by you.
For
Nice.
5 more
Hey.
points of damage. She's hurt. She's hurt very bad. It's kind of dig in that glaive a little more.
I wiggle it around a little bit.
Yeah. No, that's the worst. That's the worst kind of feeling when a blade cuts into you and then it moves.
And
Oh.
it moves.
It moves. Anything else for Weller?
She is gonna really come back with a vengeance.
She's gonna try. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holding your ground.
No. Yeah, I'm gonna hold my ground. I was thinking about second wind, but I'll wait because if I
All
get
right.
hit again and go down again, I don't want to use all these guys' heals.
That will take us to the Stone Guard, who just without skipping a beat rushes over to this individual, gives a look to Weller, Rincewind, a little bit of a look towards Dusk, and the smallest glance towards, actually not even a look towards Turvy, because they don't care about them. The Stone Guard does take their knife, this long gladius, and we'll take a stab out. Unfortunately, as they stab out, this drow just kind of hops up and just kind of kicks their blade away. Taking us to this mighty warrior. I can see why Ivar wanted you back. It's been fun. And she will spin around and take a stab at Weller. Getting a 23 to hit.
Yeah.
Oh. Almost minimum damage. As you take 8 points of piercing and 3 points of poison damage as this blade just kind of nicks into you. It doesn't, already hit a place that was poisoned or something. It's not quite as vital.
There's plenty of them.
And you've really been in a thorn in her side, Weller. She's gonna do what she's gonna do. Actually, I'll split it. Turvy did hit her a couple of times.
Yeah, Weller, you've been a real pincushion in her side.
Yeah, I have.
Yep. And she's gonna continue to try to use Weller as the pincushion. Getting a 14 to hit.
That's a miss.
As can see her sluggish movements start to slow down, you just kind of knock her away with your glaive, taking us to Fungi.
Fungi's gonna stand, reach out for a chill touch against this annoying lady,
All right,
but only rolling a 10.
that is going to be a miss as your fungal hand reaches out and just kind of she swats it away as it disperses.
Oh, let's never say fungal a hand again.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Didn't like that
It's
at
just
all.
descriptive words.
Sorry, I missed with my fungal hand. And I'll drop back down.
All right. Standing up, dropping back down prone. That will take us to this guy.
Weller would like to cast Lotrimin.
Negative. This guy is going to make a choice here. And it's a good choice, too. He's still going to opt to shoot at fungi. Seeing that fungal hand come from your direction with silence, just kind of leans over the edge of that railing there. Just a straight roll.
That one falls over.
Got a 14 to hit
Oh, okay.
as you take 7 points of piercing damage.
No, I said no hit. 14 doesn't hit.
No hit.
No hit.
And you were complaining about your armor earlier. Even with no armor on, it kind
Needs
of
armor.
you hear a thud as it hits onto your shield, which will take us to Turvy. Turvy's going to kind of he's got a decision here. You guys kind of feels like you guys kind of have this. We'll find out. He takes a look back at the person shooting crossbows at fungi. And will disengage as a bonus action. And take a stab out at this other drow. Hey, stop! That's my friend! And he will stab out. Best he can. Only hitting with one of his attacks, though. For a little bit of damage. That will take us to Casmus, hiding behind the statue up top. Still
He's gonna
blessed.
move. He's gonna move up just to get away from the statue, and he's gonna cast an Eldritch Blast at the one in the middle.
Alright. A 19 does hit. Woo. For 13 points of damage as you blast a hole in her shoulder. She is literally on her last leg. She kind of nearly stumbles down, but kind of like catching herself with her fingertips and just kind of stands back up, limping. Anything else for Casmus?
I'm guessing you'd be able to find rocks around here.
Yeah, there's rocks around.
And he's gonna cast that to get to
All right.
create three
You
three stones.
pick up 3 pebbles, and they start to glow with magic. Take us to the top of the
yep.
round with Dusk. What is
Dusk.
old Dusk?
Dusk will say to Weller, "Don't die again." And he will come down here.
I'm trying my best.
And he will swing at the Fairy Firecaster.
Fair enough. Fair enough. A 20 will hit with your glowing blade stabbing into this individual for 8 points of radiant damage. Wait, what's that second one? Oh, is that two-handed?
I think that's...
Two-handed.
Isn't there bonus damage against undead?
No, it already rolls it in the thing. But for
Okay.
8 points of radiant damage.
Rolling 1d.
As you
you
feel
can do
this
it.
warmth come from your blade, a sign of you're following the right path.
Bonus action, unarmed strike.
All right. An 11 misses, unfortunately. As you pull Don out, this drow just kind of pushes off against the railing as you kick out. Staying there.
Hold on. Let me actually track my movement.
You can move 35 feet.
The
All right, as you kind of roll backwards.
That's it.
All right, that will take us to the individual who you hit. They are going to pull a blade out and chase you down. Making 2 attacks with their short sword. Getting a 23 with their first attack. Which I'm assuming hits you for 6 points of piercing damage. The second attack got a 12 as it kind of understanding the movements of these drow. They kind of lean towards the center of the space here, looking at their brother. Well, looking at their brethren. Ending their turn, taking us to Rincewind.
I am going to try to force empower my blade again and stab at that dude.
All right.
Oh.
I did get a short sword on your character sheet, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Covered on
but
that 18.
Unfortunately, 2 is going to be a miss, even with your additions.
And end my turn.
It'll take us to Weller, as she's kind of trying to defend herself from all sides. What are you doing?
Oh, you know what I'm doing. I'm taking a whole swingy swing.
Whole swingy swing with the old glove.
That's it. That's it.
17. Just misses.
We'll use precision attack on that.
All right.
Another one.
Big whammy.
And another one.
8. Turning that 17 into a 25. Absolutely hits. Just kind of extending out just a little bit more. For 13 points of slashing damages. What does it look like as you end the most troublesome drow you guys have ever encountered?
It's not. There isn't like a flourish behind it. It's kind of. I just do it very succinctly. I'm not happy about it, but we have to do what we have to do down here.
As she kind of gurgles up, Mizrim will find you. She just falls to the ground, full of her own blood.
And for the record, Weller is the most troublesome drow we've ever met down here.
Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough. Point taken. Anything else for Weller?
Let's see. They've got those pretty tidied up. I am going to. I'm gonna go ahead and move. I will move here to kind of prevent this guy from advancing any. And we'll call it there.
Out of curiosity, any chance it did break their concentration with fairy fire? Okay. In this case, let's try and do that, because now I can actually see this person from where I am. Could do the same thing I did before, where I'll stand and reach out with a chill touch towards now the other one.
All right.
And let's let
16 will hit.
Oh, I forgot to roll blood. Oh, that doesn't matter before it hits. What?
2 points of damage. Going back prone.
I'm gonna try and move behind the statue to get my try and go prone over there. Just I'm trying to grab a little extra cover
All right.
from anybody else trying to shoot at me.
That will take us.
That's it. Yeah.
That'll take us to this other drow. Looks around. Definitely outnumbered now. A few bodies of their comrades. You see darkness start to erupt from their hand as the entire area here gets enveloped in darkness.
Do they think that's gonna stop me?
Casmus, you do see it. But it erupts kind of about there. As both drow and everything around disappears from sight. Casmus, you do see them running south a little ways. Taking us to Turvy. Turvy doesn't know what's going on. He's just going to stab out. Weller falls off the bridge. That will take us to Casmus. Casmus, you see the one drow who had cast this darkness running southward. The other drow still in the middle of the darkness.
And I'm gonna cast the one that old person, like one that cast darkness to try to keep him there. And
All right. 15. Wisdom save. They got a big old 12. As they stop concentrating on this darkness and are held there in place. As that happened real quick. Yeah, that was good while it lasted. As you see them kind of in the middle of running southward. Anything else for Casmus?
you're just gonna tell the group to not let him escape, and that'll be it.
Fair enough. Dusk.
All right. I move over to flank
All right.
and flanking. I will swing Dawn.
All right.
Ooh.
A 13 just hits.
Oh wow.
Yeah, these guys just have dexterity and leather armor.
They don't give us guys the good things down here.
No. For 11 points of radiant damage, as you just kind of go around to flank and kind of being distracted, looking around, you just right through the back of their chest as they collapse to the ground. Now a sword-sized hole in their chest.
And now move right here.
All right. Anything else for Thunder at dusk?
Nope.
All right. That takes us to a dead guy. Rincewind.
Okay, I am going to. Oh, I can't quite make that. Shit. I'm going to, I guess, drop my sword, pull out my hand crossbow, imbue it with force, and fire at this guy that's next to Dusk.
All right. You do have to take a one step, but yes, absolutely.
Okay, sure. Boop.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, my hand crossbow's gone too. Is somebody pranking me right now? Am I being punked?
prank.
Seriously, that is bananas.
Well, it's not funny. There you go.
All right. Here we go. Oops.
That is going to be a hit.
Okay. And
It's at advantage. It's an automatic. Is it just melee that's automatic crit against? I think all attacks are automatic crits against paralyzed foes.
this guy right here.
He's paralyzed. He is held in place.
Oh. Okay.
Attack
Okay.
rolls have advantage. Any attack that hits is an automatic crit. So go ahead and
okay.
roll that again, and we're gonna -4 from the second roll.
Okay.
So for 8, 18, 22 points of damage, as you kind of hit the back of their neck as they start to bleed out, still kind of paralyzed. They fall over, but still stuck in kind of that paralyzed placement.
Oh, I kind of
But they are very dead.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally just cast it and like, and cast message. I can still see you.
And then as a bonus
Yep.
action, no.
Yeah. As the bodies around littering the bridge, feeling the heat of the city and the heat of battle around you, Stone Guard looks up to you. I have to go report this. You all are a lot of trouble. Not in trouble. Just... We'll be watching. And we'll be back for the butties. Do not worry.
Oh. We won't. Oh.
Kind of without like a second glance, just kind of starts marching back towards the bazaar. Leaving you all there.
Right. Where were we heading off again?
Well, I kind of want to look at what that drow that was beating the crap out of me had.
If you look over, looks like a short sword coated in a little bit of poison.
Oof. And that thing hit like a truck. Okay. Well, are we gonna hang out and wait for the guard, or are we gonna take off now?
Take anything off of them, or you're done with them. Fungi definitely wants to check out the healer and see if she had any interesting stuff on her.
Go ahead and roll me a d20. Say whoever wants to. Just looking around at stuff.
I mean, fairly interested in what kind of armor that guy had with.
He had studded leather. He
Well,
just-
what conditions?
But someone roll me a d100. We'll say he does have studded leather, short sword
let's
coated
go.
in poison. The 45. You would notice in the the acolyte's robes a small vial of... Let me just double check. I don't like lying about things.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Draw poison.
Looks like clear liquid with a little bit of red in it that seems to continuously kind of expand from a tiny bead of color to a, like, expanding the entirety of this little vial. You would also find a holy symbol of Loth. Two of these individuals do have studded leather, and 2 doses of drow poison on the leader. There
Fun
is
guy, go get your armor. Go get your armor, boy.
Studded leather is, but yeah, it's the best I can get, right?
yes,
Remember correctly?
it's the best
Yeah.
light armor until you get magical armor.
Wasn't that
And
what we were looking for Fun Guy at the bazaar?
it
Yeah.
is.
We had this.
You will need to get it, like, you'll have to adjust it. It's going to be very ill-fitting. It's very much drow make, but absolutely it is studded leather. I'll also say, this drow actually had a longbow in their possession and 20 arrows.
Anybody else use a bow? I will snap that up really quick.
Is the drow poison something that I could? I mean, obviously, it seems like their weapons are coated in it. Is it something that I could coat my weapon in?
You can coat any weapon in drow poison. Drow poison, they didn't use it on you guys, as the others actually didn't have it. But it puts people to sleep. Particularly people that are immune to magic that put you to sleep.
So yeah, Gasmus would take one of those studded leather.
Rincewind, you mind if I grab one of those drow poisons?
No, go for it.
When I started leather on, I'm realizing I'm too heavy. I'm covered with this thing.
You're what? Too powerful? Is that what you said?
Too much weight.
Tell me, I'm gonna put stuff in the bag of molding. Just
Yeah,
give me
what do I got
stuff you
on
don't
me? Still
need.
heavy.
Fun Guy just starts
Like a-
pulling out
You
random
should be able to have
spores and
20 more
things.
pounds.
I got to update. I'm at 67 total.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what you got on your D&D Beyond.
What the hell
yeah.
do you have? I'm at 16 pounds.
Oh, I still have a 50-foot thing of rope on me. That's 10 pounds right there.
Yep.
Oof, yeah.
Oh, and I got
okay, but-
stool. Stool's 5 pounds.
Poison tastes bad.
Tastes like
All right,
snozberries.
let's
It's not the kind you drink, it's the kind you inject. Bitter.
All right, you got 50 more feet of rope to throw into the bag of holding. I take that out of my.
50 feet, you said?
Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
Alright,
Silk
now-
rope, right?
No, his is hemp.
yeah.
Hemp?
You guys
Yeah.
got a long time ago, like 200-foot lengths of silk rope forever.
We used all of it, and
Oh,
we
okay.
just
And
left
you
it there.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
The first
I
one, I
I
think.
roll, which is weird because I don't. If
The
anybody
first
else-
one that Gasmus had, we used it to escape,
Yeah.
so we
that's
didn't.
fair.
We're not really able to remove it.
Fair enough. I'll say you guys can do inventory shenanigans all you want, but there are, I'll write it here. I don't know who's taking what. 2 doses of drow poison. There are 2 sets of studded leather, which it looks like Fun Guy's going to take one, and
Yes,
Kaz
we're
is
taking
taking
the
the other. And there's that one vial of something. That red liquid that kind of goes from clear, like little bead of red in the center of this clear vial to all encompassing the entire thing.
I take a quick look and see if I recognize what it might be, if I have any idea.
Give me a. Are you proficient with herbal? You're proficient with herbalism tools. Give me a
Yeah.
nature check.
Nature check. Do I get any extra advantage or anything with the herbalism kit, or just straight?
I'll say the DC is lower.
Okay.
Yeah. Element said drink it.
Do it.
Fungi. The nature of this vial, this potion. It's a potion of growth.
Ooh. I'm gonna take that and put that right in my little pouch.
Makes someone real big for 1d4 hours. No concentration needed.
Oh, now I have this mental image of fungi becoming a large fungi with a large fungal hand.
Well, he would just
Problem
be.
is
It
that
would
my
just be your
size, I
size.
become a medium fungi.
Yeah.
Somehow less threatening, but funnier.
Unless somebody else knows it's large, then we can get in.
Yeah. There you go.
It stacks, right?
Is the drow poison in the compendium?
It might be.
I didn't see it. If not, we can
If
handle
you
it
just
later.
type in poison,
Okay.
or actually type in poisons with an S, and you'll see poison sample poisons. Drow poison is on that list.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you, sir.
It's pretty much like second or third on that list. If you drink a little bit, only part of you will grow. But as you all start kind of looking over, there's also a set of manacles on the Drow warrior too, the woman. But looking over the loot, getting ready to head back to the bazaar. A lot of you beaten, hurt pretty bad. But that would be a good spot for us to take a little 5-10 minute break. So we'll pick back up here in a few with you guys heading back to the bazaar. I'm gonna take that as a yes. So stick around, folks. We'll be back in a minute. Alrighty, folks, we are back into it, and last we left off, our troop was crossing Laudiger's Furrow and ran into some unsavory drow that were still looking to recapture you. Unfamiliar to you guys, but familiar in the way that they wanted to capture you, knowing some of you had escaped. But with the help of of a hidden stone guard, as they said they would be watching. Apparently they were. You ended the lives of these would-be captors, being left to your own devices once again. Picked up a few items from them. You guys heading to Goldborn's lair?
Yes, I think some recuperation needs to happen.
Yeah, and a little short rest wouldn't hurt.
Fair
Long
enough.
rest for some of us.
We're really hurt, so I think
Yeah,
some of us
so-
are really hurt.
I'd like to sleep for a few days.
Yeah, but I don't think I think we just slept, so I don't think we can do that.
No, you guys have been wandering the city for a few hours. Like, this is like, I'd say it's probably getting close to dinner time.
Yeah, because we didn't turn into our bedrooms. We just rented them and then set
Yeah,
out.
you guys got
Oh,
got lunch
right.
there at like 1 or so, and then you went and had an audience with a stone giant, had an audience with Thembershoud, and then this happened. So I'd say it's probably like 5, 6 o'clock at night it, whatever night is in this always kind of gloom looking cavern. Although this one is pretty well lit at all hours, just the heat of the furnaces lighting up the caves. So as you guys head kind of next to the bazaar, seeing trading going on any hour of the day, into the familiar space of Goldborn's lair, you once again hear that music, kind of off-putting, coming from somewhere within the establishment. No one seems to pay it any mind. Once again, different patrons lining the place. The innkeep there kind of looks towards you all, giving you a nod. You guys just looking to go to sleep?
I don't know. I mean, it's not terribly late. I don't want to just crash. I'll probably eat again.
Fair enough. You guys getting a second meal at the same restaurant. Previously well-seasoned meats on a stick.
Hey, I mean,
Yeah, nothing. I love good meat on a stick.
yep.
Say your dinner will be included with your meals, but unless you pay for it, the portions are going to be a little smaller. Kind of like just enough to get by for the evening.
That'll be all right.
Yeah, it's fine with me.
I just
Not gonna
want
be
to.
picky with free food.
Yeah. It's like the breakfast at a Holiday Inn Express. Have the muffin that's been there for the whole week.
Yeah, hotel breakfasts are somehow both good and wildly disappointing at the same time.
Yeah, I feel that. As you're kind of sitting down in the tavern portion, eating your meals and getting some water. Again, you would have to pay for ale if you wanted it, but they do have it, or wine. Kind of hear people talking about their business of trading in the bazaar, and you hear a couple talking about how they both scored big and were kind of like not quite congratulating each other, like they were like a friendly kind of banter of, well, I made 5 gold from this one item, and the other one's just like, oh yeah, well, I made 6 gold. I'm gonna spend it all here though. As they're kind of like friends bragging to each other. In a split second, you can see something kind of shift in their attitudes. They're probably a few tables away. They both lunge at each other, just beating the shit out of each other nearby. You guys do anything?
Nope.
Nope,
Well, it
it's not. It's not a problem.
Didn't work
Oh,
out
yeah,
well for us
hopefully
last
drop
time.
that gold.
Howdy.
Fair enough. And just watching from a few tables over, it takes like about a minute before the barkeep and a couple other patrons kind of like, hey, what's going on? You guys are friends, no? And one of them kind of just like shakes his head. I do not know. What were we talking about? And the other one, who seems to have a few good licks. What? I need to get some sleep. This is... Did you attack me? I don't think so. And the people around just kind of nod into it and just like, I'll pay for our damages. I'm sorry. Don't know what got over us. They both kind of give a look and leave some gold, and one of them goes to a room here while the other just leaves. But no one bothers you during your meal.
Could I take a look at their table and see were they drinking? Was it ale? Was it wine? Did they seem intoxicated?
No, at their table it just seems like mostly empty platters of meat. Skewers still there, but no. You'd see cups of water if you glance over. Give me a perception check. Or insight, your call.
Womp womp.
Nat 1. Yeah.
Doesn't care.
Well, I probably have blood in my eyes, so
Yeah, just
Yeah.
kind of like, not my business.
yeah.
Right.
Y'all are getting involved in stranger stuff? And he really has changed.
Yeah, it's better to keep to yourself sometimes. Like we just did. I think we learned this the hard way for around these parts.
Well, just keep in mind we are supposed to be on the lookout for corruption and anything's weird. They seem
Yes,
to
on
be
the
talking
look-
friendly amongst themselves when we
On
enter
the
in.
lookout, she didn't say stop to act like we're the police.
Oh, I'm in no condition to stop anyone at this point. I was just curious as to what may have led to the altercation. Seems to be a
We'll
lot of
have
that
to-
going on down here, even amongst our own group.
I'll have to figure that one out.
All right.
I suppose
Um,
we should tuck Weller into bed.
He's the one who needs the more sleep, so yeah.
I think tomorrow we should all of this seems to lead back to this Roki character.
Yeah, I should go to the clef.
It does seem as if all roads lead back to him.
All right.
Get some rest, and tomorrow we go to the West Clef. Sounds
Is
like a
the-
plan.
Is the barkeep Goldborn again, or was there like a shift change? And
No, it's his.
Okay.
It's his place.
okay,
family name.
Perhaps on the way to my room, I would stop by the bar and just kind of motion him over.
Yes. How can I help you?
The fight that broke out. Does that happen often? They didn't appear to have been intoxicated.
It was Harvest and Tuver. No, they never drink. They both merchants. One of them a slave trader, the other I believe he sells hammers. But no, as far as I know, they were companions to a degree.
Have you
Maybe,
noticed
maybe they
it?
were fighting about money or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Have you noticed an uptick in things like that? Have there been more fights? Have people seemed more on edge? Has there been increase in violence?
No more than normal, I wouldn't say.
Okay.
What do you mean? Sometimes it's good to weed out these sort of things.
Can I make a perception check or maybe an insight? You tell me. Just to see if he's being entirely honest, or is he just like a good
Give me an insight check.
entrepreneur that's like, I don't want to run people away from the business.
That would definitely be an insight.
Okay.
Hey,
Slightly
you rolled
better.
slightly better. You're getting there.
You need to lay down.
What do those blue little checks next to those things mean? Aren't I supposed to be better at those?
Yeah. Can't get a good read on this guy.
Gotcha.
You don't even really know if his name is Goldborn.
All right, that'll be the end of my line of questioning. I'll go ahead and retire for the evening. It's obvious. I
Don't
need some
retire
rest.
for the evening, yeah.
I've already unlocked the rooms, and he'll give you like directions to them just down the hall. But does anyone want to do anything before you get a good night's sleep?
I'm gonna cast a double dose of good mushroom.
All right.
I'm gonna give 4 of them to each of our non-healers, Rincewind, Weller, Casmus, and Derby, and 2 for each for me and Dusk.
So how much you gave us, Joe?
Or
Four to the non-healers, 2 to the,
Okay,
the
4.
people who can heal.
Do those expire? Because I had
Yeah,
four-
24 hours.
The next day, they last a
Cool.
day.
I was gonna say I've had some on my sheet. I think for a week.
Yeah, I haven't even removed it from like even longer than that.
Well, because it gives them to you every night, pretty much.
Yeah.
So run out of spell slots. Could have woken up a few more times during that fight.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll actually, along in the same vein, I'll cast Second Wind.
Just in case.
That might as well.
Yeah.
Get a little healing back. Never know what's waiting for me in my room.
Yeah. We'll say as you end the day, want everyone to give me a Constitution save.
Oh.
Rolled a 2. That's a 4.
Oh.
Let's go 6. Rince when you show off.
Noted. Where'd it go?
We're all poisoned because of something.
I don't know about you guys. I'm constituted as hell.
Yeah. This night, as you sleep, the music quiets and you can't really hear it from your rooms. But, Casmus, in your dreams this evening, you hear that music fade away as more somber tones start to fill the air around you. You find yourself in this expansive void. And a beautiful half-elven woman, pale skin much like your own, tail much like your own, appears before you. Oh, Oh, Casmus, dear. Why do they mock you so? Are they jealous, perhaps?
Yes, Mr. Tremaine. If he could talk in his sleep, he
Yeah,
would
he can
still
talk.
remain silent. Yeah, but he would still remain silent, like just not sure, like what he's dreaming.
Oh. I see what's happening. You think this isn't real? No, dear, no. Far from the unreal. You have something inside of you. You've been given a gift. Don't shy away from it. Don't let them tell you otherwise. You should come see me. He's still just being quiet.
He's just being quiet. Like I said, he's really not understanding like if it's real or if he's literally just dreaming it.
Are we all in like one big room bunking? Or we all have our own rooms?
You all have individual rooms. You shouldn't hide your powers. You should be proud of your heritage. After all, not many can claim to have a father like yours.
Yeah, tell that. He's gonna pipe up. Tell that to the people when you tell them your father is demon or devil, whatever.
Oh, there is a difference. You should know the
yeah.
distinction.
Yeah, but most people don't know the difference.
Make them know the difference. If people should take you for granted or belittle you, show them your greatness. The only way you really know how. Use that power. Infernal magic you have in your soul, sticking to you like honey. Sweet, sweet honey.
Right. I can hear it everything, but I'm not even sure if I'm streaming or.
Your reality can be whatever you want. It can be so much more than this, as this kind of void that you're standing in goes to a meadow in the middle of a forest, moonlight shining down. You're standing in it, you can feel cool breeze, fireflies lighting up. You can go anywhere and make it yours. The scenery around you shifts and changes to resemble a small wooden fort standing at the parapets. Hear screams in the distance. Burning fires start to erupt all around this wooden fortress. She's there next to you. You can make them kneel before you. You should.
I'm hearing my father talk right now. You're not sent by him, are you?
No, I do not know your father. Not as much as you do. Did he tell you things like this?
Kinda, yeah.
Did he tell you the power was his and not yours?
He did. But I didn't really have a choice. Because, other stuff that, I'm not allowed to talk. Other than breaking the contract.
I know too much about contracts with beings. I would offer no such contract. You should think about this. Think about what you can do, with or without your father's power. Speak your desires.
Right. Yeah. Probably something to ponder about.
Of course. Think on it. Let others know. Act on your desires. After all, what are we without them?
Yeah. Right now, the one desire is probably to get the hell out of this hellhole that is the Underdark. Get back to the surface. And I've been acting on that. I wanted to try to get the fuck out of here.
Stop letting people get in your way. Make them move. You can force them. I've seen you. The scenery quickly shifts to at the edge of the Dark Lake docks here in Gracklestug. Furnace is burning behind you, staring out into the darkness. You could take it all, you know.
This place ain't worth it.
You can mold it, bend it to your whims.
I'd rather take a city. If I was to ever take a city, I'd rather take one on the surface. See the sunlight again.
What if you brought an army with you? There are those here that so feeble. Well, think on it, won't you?
Probably will. Might keep me up at night.
Perhaps we'll speak more. And you can tell me about your desires. And she just kind of starts to fade away, leaving you there on the docks. As you stare out in your sleep, slumber, dreamlike state, See this faint light in the distance, glowing. Unsure of what it is, but it has this ominous feeling to it.
He's just gonna stare at the light.
And eventually, one by one, you all wake up to that familiar music. Almost jovial and off-key in the distance, somewhere within the space. Unfortunately, both Chasmus and Fungi suffer 1 point of exhaustion this morning. As you feel something within you Fungi, even though you don't breathe, you find yourself coughing and nearly gasping for air. It's an odd sensation. Well, that's a lie.
I was gonna say, apparently not. He has no
I don't know
active
why it says no. I
conditions.
literally just turned on exhaustion level 1.
That's what D&D Beyond does. That's why another reason I hate it. But Chasmus, you also find yourself kind of gasping for air, coughing, hacking up a lung. And you both have 1 point of exhaustion. Also, I don't use those rules for exhaustion. When you have exhaustion, I don't know if it's come up yet, but you have -1 to everything for every point of exhaustion. So -1 to attack rolls, -1 to saving throws, ability checks, and spell DCs.
Right.
But otherwise, our long rest still through.
Long rest will still negate one of them, but you wake up with 1 point of exhaustion. You kind of feel like the heavy metals in the air here, the smog, smoke. I would say the rest of you guys would kind of have like a little bit of a sore throat in the morning.
Yeah. I don't like this place. Yeah.
Tell me about
Weird.
it. So, should we get going? Get to the west cleft.
Yeah, that's our best lead on Droki, right?
That's the only lead we got. We were told he was there. So let's just pass the gates and head down there.
All right.
Should we? We might want to cross the Dark Lake and then cross, if we can do that. Or I'm not sure where the gates are. We just passed through one of them twice.
You want to cross the Dark Lake?
The Dark Lake District. He said the Dark Lake District.
Instead of crossing up
instead
into
of going there and then crossing, just crossing the safe place. I'm guessing all the way up there, then going to the west left. However, we're gonna do that. That's
Yeah, do we have to go down into the furrow to get into the West Cleft district?
Yes. And you would have seen those kind of like switchbacks going up Laudiger's Furrow, or into it rather, in between the bridges. They're numerous. I mean, you can go into Lauderdale's Furrow from any side essentially. It just takes a little bit of time, and you would have seen those massive gates on either side of it.
Okay. Well, do we want to wait to enter the furrow till the last minute? We can travel through it too, but I don't know. I don't know anything about that place. I don't see why we
Okay.
can't just go through Dark Lake District. Dusk, what do you think?
You did?
He thinks he's muted. No, you're not muted.
No, I thought I was talking.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
He goes to use the little kitty's room.
Maybe he couldn't hear us.
I just thought maybe we were playing charades.
Maybe.
Yeah, I was getting everything was just cutting in and out.
Oh,
Right.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay?
yeah. Yeah, you guys.
Yes,
You're good.
sir.
Okay.
So, do you have an opinion as to whether we travel through the furrow or go overland through the Dark Lake District?
Well, the Dark Lakes District is, at least in the opinion of some of the citizens here, is where the more undesirables reside.
The Dark Lake, no, Dark Lake seems to be the quote unquote safest place. So I say we go as close as we can to the cleft through here.
I see no obvious problem with that.
Well, I mean, safest is probably a loaded word.
Well, I kind of want to keep an eye out for Droki just in case we happen to come across him along the way. So, I figured either way would probably be a good way.
We don't even know what the hell he looks like.
Didn't they say something about a hat or something like that
It did.
with ears or
2 points, a 2-pointed hat.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but anyone could. There could be a few people wearing that, so not really.
Kind of a
descriptive.
statement piece if you would see someone wearing that.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's a lot of people that could. There's more than one that could be wearing that.
Yeah, there could be. I mean, the Darrow are crazy, so
Right. Let's get going. We
okay.
So, just quick question: how much information did we receive? Receive about the Gray Ghost?
Are you asking me or your allies?
I'm asking them first.
Okay, fair enough.
That was very Kissinger of you. Not a whole lot that I can remember.
no. What I can remember, probably
Me-
just that they're working with the Darrows or something.
Right.
I mean, it's not. Yeah, we don't have like any physical descriptions of any individuals or anything like that. I mean,
And
it's kind of the criminal organization that runs Westcliff anyway. So I don't think that there's going to be any other like large criminal element that
And if-
really stands
wasn't-
up.
was it them that stole the egg?
Yeah, and that's where we think that they may be keeping it.
And
So
I think I remember we discussed last time. I don't know if we got confirmation. The gray ghosts, are they like the Duergar that we saw that were responsible for the assassination? Did we put two
that's
and two
what we're
together?
thinking.
Okay, that's
It's a possibility.
gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
Are
get
we
going.
Again, just quick.
Huh?
Are we concerned at all about entering the Westcliff district in broad daylight? Considering
Uh-oh, somebody's going through a hurricane.
that's Amber Alert.
Oh.
They're all about to go off now. Second Amber Alert. Same
Ah.
same one. Second one.
Is there even a broad daylight here?
That's fair. That's fair.
There is no daylight.
Okay.
But it is kind of, it's, I'd say for the most part pretty well lit, especially for somewhere in the Underdark. It's one of like, you wouldn't expect there to be much light in like Drow cities is all like low light, but here, especially in like a few of the places you have seen are just like a lot of furnaces, very bright.
Right, so let's go, I guess.
All right.
Probably. Oh,
What was that?
Tally ho.
Tally ho. Okay.
Tell you, okay, yeah.
off in the middle.
Yeah. As you exit Goldborn's lair after getting a light breakfast, which is also included with your stay, nothing much, just small sample platter of skewers of meat. But traveling through the Blade Bazaar, kind of at the edge of it, you would note that, double check it, a small group of Duergar appear to be poking and prodding a good-sized group of shield dwarves. Dirty, tan skin, all wearing rags and collars and manacles similar to what you had been wearing. Leading them to the Blade Bazaar. Hear one of them shout, "Go on, get moving! Don't want to be late for appointment." Hear one of the other dwarves kind of mumble under its breath. "Oh, I should have never left. Never getting out of here. I'm gonna kill that asshole." Crack of a whip. Takes it and they move on. One of many slave caravans headed to the market. But passing through the bazaar and the rest of the Dark Lake district, as it does get a little dimmer as you make it towards the edge of it. Stopped once again at the gate. Flash. Which badges do you guys flash?
Dark Lake, probably the storm guards.
Okay. Flash the badge. A begrudging opening of the gate as they allow you access to Laudiger's Furrow and beyond. As you reach the edge of the furrow, start taking switchbacks down. I'm still playing the tavern music. It's a good little shanty. taking the switchbacks down into the furrow itself. Tall, giant gates, probably 40 feet high, and walls to match. Walls probably even higher, going up to the ceiling of the space here, into the furrow. With a similar entrance, they just open the gate slightly for you. Again, begrudgingly. And as you pass through the gates, the stench in the air changes from acrid and metallic to fetid and repugnant. The fires of industry behind you are replaced by squalor. The homes in this part of Gracklestugh are crudely carved from rock, or just holes in the walls, or even just like scraps of burlap arranged in no apparent order. Chatter in the air is unnerving. Can you hear in the distance hundreds of Darrow just muttering to themselves, screaming at each other. Otherwise, see some of them dancing, reveling in their own insanity. Few spot you nearby. Bright white eyes looking at you, burning hatred. As it's kind of like a long alley. You can see bits of cave entrances, small, large, all throughout. Heaps of trash piled up in one area while others seem to be fighting each other. You guys are in the slum of slums. How do you proceed?
Right.
I mean, we're not really gonna blend in.
No, but let's try not to attract too much attention, even though we're not gonna blend in. Just keep our eyes to ourselves.
Do you want to try and pass through sneaky again?
I don't think being sneaky is gonna help us. Just keep your eyes to yourself. Don't stare. And don't touch anything.
I'll nod as I put down random things I've been picking up.
Right.
Right. And let's be on the lookout for a hat with a two-pointed 2 points hat or whatever everyone's wearing.
How are you going about looking for this gentleman? Are you just looking with your eyes? Are you asking?
Not really wanting to attract attention. I don't think it would be wise to ask around. Especially not if they're that as crazy as we're told they are.
They're just looking. Who is?
Yeah, or just listening as well.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I maybe we interject ourselves into conversation if we hear something going on, similar to like at the tavern. But yeah, I don't think we're going around like knocking on doors like the Inquisition.
And definitely we're hiding the boat hatches.
Oh yeah, I hope so. So who wants to helm this expedition of perception?
Yeah, who's got the better perception? I think that's the question.
Casmus, Rincewind, and Fungi all have really good perception. Or not Casmus, Dusk, sorry.
Dusk, yeah, no, I've got 2 perception.
Yeah.
+2, it's not that great.
I got the one exhausted. What do you guys? How high is yours?
+5.
What's yours, Dusk?
A 6.
All right. So with my exhaustion, you and me are even out.
So
How about can I grant Dusk some guidance as he carefully leads our merry band?
I see you're casting guidance every minute or so as he's looking out.
Oh, that's right. It only lasted a minute. Less 10.
Essentially, this is encompassing a lengthy time period of you guys looking and listening.
No, I guess I'm just
How
silly
do-
to keep doing it.
How do the Darrow treat outsiders or other races?
Give me a history check.
Oh,
I mean, we've done this history check before, but I'm pretty sure you would know with usual hatred and craze.
Yeah,
Yeah, you just think they hate
my
everything.
checks suck.
But typically they're just mad, and the Fairzus has gotten to them.
are there any members of other races in the district?
No. You guys stick out like sore frickin' thumbs.
Yeah, this approach will be difficult.
yeah, but we don't have a choice.
A fun guy can't turn into a Darrow, can he?
You know, I can try spying as a small creature again, but I don't know if that's going to really do us any good.
Weller, do you know if there's anything that the Darrow particularly want, or
Not with that history check.
yeah.
I don't even remember who Darrow are.
Well, I
Never been
suppose
neat to me.
we will
But the
begin
hard
to
way.
look.
Alright. Fun guy casting guidance on him the whole time?
No, that'll draw bad attention.
Okay. Spending some time keeping your distance from these Darrow as you hear ranting and raving strange languages, and sometimes common, sometimes undercommon, sometimes it changes with each Darrow.
One thing I will mention, I just thought about it. Remember what we know about Bupido. Bupido is a Darrow.
You do know Bupido.
He is a Montgomery bastard.
For Bupido?
We know, yeah, I mean, I don't know how well he's received here, but we know Bupido. And Din Karazhan was the Darrow god of murder. So, just a couple points to
That'll
bring up.
definitely
how to
make his
bring that up
team
in
well liked by
conversation.
everybody.
I mean, if they're already crazy, maybe it's like, man, Din Karazhan, great guy, right?
Do we really want to bring that?
How do you
Yeah.
feel about getting killed tonight?
At the moment, you guys are still just standing at the gate, talking about your possible options, but it's up to you guys. You go through with just the look and see.
I'd say for a little bit, probably just at least a quarter of the way, just to see if we can see anything, and figure out from there.
Get our bearings.
All right.
Yeah.
Take the temperature of the room, you know.
Dusk, roll me a perception check.
We're counting on you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's poetic, right?
It is. It is poetic.
Where I'm officially naming this party the Nat Ones.
Love it. Spending about 30, 45 minutes looking through, seeing what looks to be a handful of Darrow digging through some trash. You think you see him. There's a Darrow talking to another one. Looks like he's got some sort of bag at his side. Scraggly beard. Mustache. Much like Weller's. Not quite that magnificent.
How dare you?
But it looks
It's
very well
those-
groomed compared to the rest of them, which is in rags. But you see what looks to be a kind of one of those pointed hats, but it splits in two.
Point him out to the rest of the group.
Out of approach. We can't just snatch him up.
Well, let's just trail him for a little bit. I mean, we're not really going to be super nonchalant about it, considering we're probably getting hard stares, but I mean, it can't hurt to try to give him a little bit of a tail.
Is there anyone else wearing these hats? Like, how common are these hats?
Look around, you don't see anyone else wearing this hat.
Okay.
I mean, maybe he's making a fashion statement.
As you're kind of looking from afar, this individual slaps the other Darrow he's talking to. And the other one just starts nodding along. See him make a series of hand gestures. Points down the way. And then points straight up to the ceiling. And then he sits down and actually lays down right there. The other Darrow starts drawing around him, kind of like an outline of his body, like what you would do in a crime scene, into the dirt.
What is he doing?
Don't ask questions. They're all crazy.
I mean, I feel like we're at the point that maybe we do need to ask questions.
I mean, they have a god of murder, so maybe
True.
this is just some way of worshiping that god.
I mean, if they're all just kind of crazy, why don't we just ask him if he wants to take a walk with us? I mean, at this point,
There
Fun guy,
are no
you're
other
kinda-
options.
You're kind of crazy. Why don't you try talking to him? I got you back.
As you're talking amongst yourselves, watching this happen, after he finishes drawing the outline, takes a rusty, like a rusted piece of metal. The one who's drawing, not the one who's laying down, who has the hat, and just starts ripping open the other one's intestines.
what?
The other one lets
Well-
out a yowl, and he calls out, Dorinka, save me! Take me to your arms!
Weller puts his hand on Fun Guy's shoulder and pulls him back a step. Maybe we wait on that idea.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe I can save him.
Don't
No,
you
no.
fucking dare.
We've been down this route before.
Right.
Another Darrow walks up to you guys. Hey, Lucky Loos. A bit of a fine day to see you gentlemen here. What are you up to? You watching the show?
What show?
Glorious, isn't it? We got all sorts here. We've got them. Points over to a pile of rocks. We've got those. Points over to just a pile of rags. You might see a bloody foot sticking out of it. And we've got these, as he kind of gestures towards his hand, which are holding two hooked and curved blades. What's she in the market for?
Uh,
We're looking for someone. We got
Oh,
a business
everyone's looking for
proposal
someone.
Business proposal for them.
Have you found him? But what?
A business proposal
A
for
pub,
them.
a busyness proposal? What's
Yes.
all that about?
Oh, we got
Is that a threat? Are you threatening
No,
me?
we want to ask him something.
Oh, who's this proposal? They after me? They after you?
No,
Hey, they're looking for proposal.
no, we're looking for.
A couple of other
Sure.
Darrow kind of look up. A key?
Droki.
You're drawing a key? Why are you drawing a key?
Oh God.
I can draw you a key. What are you on about? Proposal, drawing keys. Keys? Sneeze. Do you sneeze keys?
Desmond would try so hard to keep a straight face.
Droki. That's his name.
You're not making any sense now. Don't worry, I'll make good enough sense for it. As he lunges towards you. And yeah. We're going to roll some initiative. I'm going to bring you guys to a little map.
Oh, it is really, really, really fucking dark around here.
Yeah. It is. And actually, if you want to say before this fungi, if you wanted to cast Dark Vision on yourself.
yeah, if it's this bad around here.
It is dark.
Well, for what we're doing right now, Rincewind, do you think you could hook me up with yours?
Absolutely.
Thanks, friend.
I will come over and pat Fun Guy on his cap, and you suddenly have very good dark vision.
This is very good. Damn, it is dark down here.
It is pitch black.
So, Devil's Sight, it says normally, so I'm guessing like it wouldn't really affect him at all. For Casmus?
Yeah.
You would see bright.
You don't. It's not like bright light. It's still like dim light. You see.
Okay.
You see how you see it. But
Okay.
as we roll initiative against some Darrow who's about to lunge at Casmus, that'll be a good spot to end tonight before we get too far into it. Because you know how combats go. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll end tonight there with you guys in the West Cleft. Maybe you found Droki. Maybe he's dead over there getting his intestines ripped out. But we don't know. we'll find out next week. And thanks for joining us, folks. And yeah, we'll see you next Thursday.
Thanks, Twitch.
Night, internet.
Thanks, Mitch.
Thanks, Element.
Hi, everybody.